She was born with everything money could buy, but nothing her soul needed. He had nothing but his hands and his heart. When her $300,000 car breaks down in the wrong neighborhood, she discovers that the richest love story begins in the most unexpected place. This is the story of Victoria Ashford and Marcus Davis, where golden cages break, greasy hands build dreams, and real wealth has nothing to do with bank accounts. Chapter 1. The Golden Cage. There's a specific kind of suffocation that comes from having everything and nothing at the same time. That's what I feel now, sitting at the Ashford Entertainment conference table, watching my family systematically ignore every word that comes out of my mouth. The design concept I developed for the new streaming project. I begin, for the third time, trying to show the mood boards I spent 2 weeks preparing. Darling, my mother interrupts with that condescending smile I learned to hate at 12. Why do you try so hard? We've already hired the best design firm in Los Angeles. My father doesn't even look up from his phone. My older brother James, future CEO, at least has the decency to look uncomfortable. My sister Patricia examines her $500 nails. But you could at least look. Victoria! My father's voice cuts like it always cuts when I've used too much meeting time. Your hobby is adorable, but we're discussing real business here. Why don't you go have lunch with Chad? He said he had something important to discuss with you. Hobby. 4 years of design school. Top honors that no one celebrated. A portfolio with hundreds of projects that no one saw. Hobby. I collect my mood boards in silence. No one notices when I leave. Why would they? I'm Victoria Ashford, the family's decorative piece. Pretty enough for photos. Rich enough not to need purpose. Useless enough not to threaten anyone. The restaurant where Chad awaits is the same as always. Nobu Malibu, ocean view table. Champagne that costs more than most people earn in a week. He's on the phone when I arrive, gesturing for me to sit and stay quiet. Chad Richardson III. Oil Air Richardson. My boyfriend for 3 years, future husband if my mother gets what she wants. Blonde, tanned, teeth too white, soul too empty. I don't care what it costs. Buy the damn company. He's saying into the phone. Finally hangs up. Gives me a mechanical kiss on the cheek. You're late. I was at the company meeting. He laughs. That laugh that tells me I'm adorable for pretending I matter. Meeting? Vic, honey, you don't work, you show up. I was presenting designs. Oh yes, your drawings. He picks up the menu. Doesn't even look at me. I ordered you a gift. That $100,000 Hermes bag you wanted. I never said I wanted. Everyone wants it, Vic. Don't be difficult. He finally looks at me and I see irritation in his eyes. You know, you've been getting very complicated lately. You know, you've been getting very complicated lately. All this talk about working, creating things. It's exhausting. Exhausting? Yes, you're Victoria Ashford. You don't need to do anything, but be beautiful and available. It's an easy job. I don't know why you insist on complicating it. Something breaks inside me. Not dramatically, not with a bang. It breaks quietly, like all the important things in my life. I'm decoration. It's not a question. The most expensive and most beautiful. He says it like it's a compliment. Now about the gala next week, I need you to wear that black Versace. I stand before he finishes. Leave without saying anything. He doesn't follow. Why would he? Decoration doesn't run away. Decoration stays where it's placed. My Maserati Gran Turismo is with the valet. Rose gold, Dad's 25th birthday present. To match you, princess. Beautiful on the outside. Empty of purpose, just like me. I get in and drive. No destination, just away. The phone rings. Chad. Ignore. Rings. My mother. Ignore. I accelerate through Mulholland Drive hills. Tears finally falling. That's when Chad sends the message that changes everything. Stop being dramatic and come back. You're embarrassing me. Embarrassing him. I'm embarrassing him. I floor the accelerator. The Maserati roars, finally used for something other than looking pretty at restaurant valets. Curve after curve, faster and faster, as if I could leave behind 26 years of cultivated uselessness. Of course the universe has a sense of humor. The tire blows on the worst possible curve, throwing me off the road. I manage to control the car enough not to flip, but when I stop, I'm on a street that's definitely not Beverly Hills. South Central. The kind of place my mother locks the car doors just driving past. It's 10 at night. My $300,000 car is smoking. And the only light on the street comes from a mechanic shop with a half-lit sign. Davis Auto Works. We fix, not judge. I laugh, because it's that, or cry more. Not judge. If they knew who I am, they'd judge. Everyone judges. That's what we do, us humans. Judge, categorize, discard. I exit the car carefully. My $3,000 dress looks absurd here. My Louboutin heels click on the cracked asphalt like a countdown to disaster. The shop door opens and a man comes out. Latino, tall, coveralls dirty with grease, hands that clearly know real work. He looks at me, at the car, back at me. Are you okay? The voice is calm, kind in a way I didn't expect. I look at my destroyed car, at my trembling hands, at this man who has no idea who I am. No, I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a long time. He approaches slowly, as if I were a frightened animal. Maybe I am. Let's take care of the car first, he says. The rest we'll figure out later. One thing at a time. It's the first time in years someone hasn't told me what to do, but offered help. The difference is so profound it almost breaks me again. Thank you, I whisper. Marcus, he says, extending his hand. Marcus Davis. I look at the extended hand. Calloused, some scratches, grease under the nails. Working hand, honest hand. Victoria, I say, shaking his hand. At the last second, I lie. Victoria Santos. He raises an eyebrow but doesn't comment. Maybe the sign wasn't joking. Maybe they really don't judge. Come on, Victoria Santos, he says with the ghost of a smile. Let's see what we can save. As I follow him into the shop, I think maybe he's not just talking about the car. Maybe some broken things can be fixed. Maybe even me. Chapter 2. Hands that build. Marcus Davis has hands that tell stories. I watch as he examines my destroyed car, fingers moving precisely over the crumpled metal, diagnosing without rush, without judgment. It's going to need a lot of work, he says finally, wiping his hands on a cloth that has seen better days. Suspension, axle, probably the entire right front. But it can be fixed. How long? 2 weeks, maybe 3. Maserati parts aren't exactly common around here. He says this without irony, without the accusatory tone I'd expect. I'll pay extra too. Doesn't work that way. Paying extra doesn't make parts appear out of nowhere. Some things take the time they take. It's so simple and so profound that I'm left speechless. In my world, money always made everything happen faster. Here, apparently, there are other rules. Marcus, a voice calls from inside the shop. I finished organizing the catalytic converters by year and model. A young man appears in the doorway. Younger, maybe 19, same brown eyes as Marcus, same dark hair, but something different in the way he moves. More careful, more precise, as if each movement were calculated. Tom, come meet the client, Marcus calls, and there's a softness in his voice that wasn't there before. Thomas approaches, stops at exactly 3 feet away, looks at my eyes for exactly 2 seconds, then shifts to the car. Maserati Gran Turismo Sport, 2022, Tributo Special Edition. They only made 500 units. Twin-turbo V8 engine, 580 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. The words come out fast, precise, passionate. The color is custom. Rose gold metallic isn't in the standard catalog. Must have cost an extra $30,000 just for the paint job. I'm speechless. In 3 seconds he said more about my car than I knew in 2 years of driving it. Thomas is our luxury car specialist, Marcus says with evident pride. Has photographic memory for anything with an engine. Eidetic, Thomas corrects. Eidetic memory, not photographic. They're different. He finally looks at me again briefly. You have a portfolio there. I follow his gaze. My design folder, which was in the passenger seat, now on the ground. Must have fallen when I got out of the car. I run to get it, but Thomas is faster. Careful! I shout, but it's too late. He's already opened it, already flipping through, eyes moving quickly over each page. I expect dismissal, indifference, the usual adorable hobby. This is biomorphic design, he says instead, stopping on a specific page. Like Zaha Hadid, but you're using automotive aesthetic language as a base. This one, turns the page, is applying golden ratio in structure, but adapted for aerodynamics. Genius. My heart stops. You understand? It's visual mathematics. Patterns. I see patterns in everything. He continues flipping. Do you have synesthesia? What? Some of your designs suggest non-conventional association of stimuli. Like you see sound or hear colors. I never thought about it, but I've always drawn music. Since childhood, my parents thought it was weird. It's not weird. It's rare. 1 in 23,000 people have creative synesthesia. Thomas carefully closes the portfolio, hands it to me. You should be in museums, not in ... He looks at my expensive dress, expensive shoes, wherever you usually are. Marcus places his hand on his brother's shoulder. Tom, why don't you go prepare the client's file? Okay, but Marcus, she's lying about her name. Thomas says this naturally, like observing that it's raining. The license plate says Ashford, she said Santos, and she's too nervous for it to be just about the accident. Tom, just observing. You always say to observe. He turns to me. I won't tell anyone. I don't care if you're rich. I care that you're wasting your talent. And with that, he goes back inside, leaving me exposed in a way that 26 years of expensive therapy never achieved. Sorry about him, Marcus begins, but I raise my hand. No, he's right. About everything. I take a deep breath. I'm Victoria Ashford, from Ashford Entertainment. And yes, I'm wasting my talent. I waste it every day. Marcus studies me for a long moment. Why? It's such a simple question that it hurts. Because Ashfords don't work. We own. We inherit. We show up at galas and marry other heirs and make more heirs. Drawing ... creating. That's a hobby. Fun. It's not ... I search for the word. It's not necessary. And that kills you a little every day. It's not a question. I look at him, really look. Must be almost 30 strong features, small scar on chin, eyes that have seen more than they should for his age. How do you know? Because I see the same expression in the mirror. Different reason, same result. He turns to the shop. Come on, I'll show you something. I follow him inside. The shop is bigger than it looks from outside, organized with military precision. Thomas is at a desk in the corner, already typing information into an old computer. But that's not what Marcus wants to show. In the back, there's a separate section. Modified cars, but not in the flashy way I'd expect. Subtle, elegant, functional modifications. We adapt cars, he explains, for people with disabilities. Tom designs the modifications I execute. That one there, points to a van, is for a veteran who lost both legs. Complete hand controls, but maintaining the original aesthetic. I approach the van, examine the work. It's art disguised as functionality. Each modification perfectly integrated, each adaptation designed not just to work, but to give dignity. This is beautiful, I whisper. It's necessary, he corrects. But Tom insists it also be beautiful. Says just because someone needs adaptation doesn't mean they should drive something ugly. Why do you do this? Marcus hesitates, looks at where Thomas works concentrated. Our parents died in a car accident 7 years ago. Tom was 12. I was 21. Everyone said to put him in an institution. Said it would be better for him that I was too young, that I'd waste my life. But you didn't. Family takes care of family. Just like that. I had been accepted to MIT. Mechanical engineering. Full scholarship. But Tom needed me. Needed stability, routine, someone who understood he's not broken, just different. I look between the two brothers. Marcus discreetly checking on Thomas while talking to me. Thomas working, but clearly listening to everything. Occasionally smiling at something only he understands. You gave up, Métis? I didn't give up. I chose. There's a difference. He picks up a tool, spins it between fingers. Could have sold the shop. Dad left it in debt up to the ceiling. Had offers, good offers, but it was his dream. And now ... now it's our life. Tom and me, building something together. You never regret it. Not having an MIT degree, sometimes. Choosing Tom? Never. He looks at me directly. Success isn't just what you achieve. It's also what you choose to protect. The words hit me like a punch. My entire life, success was measured in zeros in bank accounts, in important last names and magazine appearances. Never in choices. Never in love. I've never chosen anything, I admit. Everything was always chosen for me. You chose to drive here today. My tire blew out. You chose to leave the restaurant. Chose to accelerate. Chose not to go back. He approaches, not threateningly, but present. You're choosing now, talking to me instead of calling an Uber back to your golden cage. Golden cage. That's exactly what it is. Victoria, Thomas calls. Want to see something cool? I go to him, Marcus following. On the computer screen, Thomas has my designs open. He must have photographed them with his phone while flipping through. Look, if we take this concept of yours here, he points to one of the designs, and apply it to the motorized wheelchair structure we're building. He starts explaining. Detailed, fast, brilliant. And for the first time in 26 years, someone doesn't just see my work, someone wants to use it. May I? I ask, pointing to the paper and pen next to him. Of course. I start drawing, adapting my design to his vision. Marcus approaches, observes, occasionally suggesting practical adjustments. Thomas calculates angles in real time, murmuring numbers that somehow make sense. I don't know how much time passes. 1 hour? 2? I only know that when I finally stop, we created something extraordinary. A design that's beautiful and functional, art and engineering, necessary and dignified. This ... Marcus is looking at the final drawing. This would change someone's life. It's just a drawing, I say automatically. No, Thomas shakes his head vigorously. It's not just anything. It's a solution. It's beauty where no one expects it. It's single quotes, s ... double quotes. He stops, searching for words. It's proof you're not decoration. Tears come before I can stop them. This teenager with autism I met 2 hours ago sees me more clearly than my family in 26 years. Marcus hands me a tissue box without comment. Your car will take a while. You'll need to come check on progress. Maybe bring more designs. Tom and I may have more projects that need artistic perspective. You barely know me. We know enough, Marcus says simply. We know you create beauty. That you're suffocating where you are. That you need a place to breathe. And you'd offer that place? We offer a chair, a table, and people who value what you do, not what you inherit. He extends his hand. Deal? I look at the extended hand. Calloused, honest, real. I shake it. Deal. Thomas claps exactly 3 times. Great! Now I can show you all the projects that need design. Marcus always makes them functional but ugly. Hey! Marcus protests, but he's smiling. And for the first time in years I am too. Really smiling. Not the magazine smile I practice in the mirror. Maybe my tire blowing out was the best thing that happened to me. Maybe breaking is the first step to rebuilding. Chapter 3. Different Values. 3 days since the accident. 3 days since I discovered there's a world where my value isn't in my father's bank account. 3 days pretending to Chad that I'm at a spa in Ojai, dealing with the trauma of the accident. 3 days. I can't stop thinking about calloused hands and honest eyes. I return to the shop in an Uber, dressed normally for the first time in years. Jeans I found in the back of the closet, t-shirt I got at some college event, sneakers I use at the gym. I feel more like myself than in any Versace. The shop is busy today. 2 employees I didn't meet the first time work on different cars. One of them, a black man about 60, nods at me. The other, a young Latino with tattoos covering his arms, doesn't even look up. Victoria! Thomas appears out of nowhere, as always at exactly 3 feet away. You came back! Marcus said you might not come back because we're weird and poor. Tom. Marcus emerges from under a Honda, face red. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. Last night at dinner. You said she probably realized we're weird and poor and won't come back. Marcus looks like he wants the earth to swallow him. It's adorable. This strong man blushing like a teenager. You're not weird, I say. You're real. And poverty. Poverty has nothing to do with money. That doesn't make sense logically, Thomas says, but I understand the concept. You're rich in money but poor in purpose. We're the opposite. Sometimes his brutal honesty is exactly what I need to hear. I came to see the car's progress, I lie. We all know it's a lie. Still waiting for parts, Marcus says, wiping his hands. But we've already dismantled the entire front. Wanna see? I follow him to where my Maserati is, looking much less intimidating without all its bodywork. It's just metal and engine now, stripped of pretension. It's liberating, isn't it? Marcus observes, seeing that underneath all the expensive beauty, it's just a machine, like any other. People too? Especially people. I watch him work a bit, explaining each step. There's poetry in how he understands machines, how his hands know exactly where to touch, how much pressure to apply. You learned from your father? Most of it. The rest I learned by making mistakes. He points to a scar on his hand. This was learning that hot engines burn. This one shows another on his forearm. Was discovering that not every savings is worth it. How so? Bought cheap parts once. Saved $200. Car came back a week later. Problem worse. Had to redo everything. Lost the client. Lost reputation. Learned that integrity is worth more than quick profit. I watch him return to work. There's something hypnotic about quiet competence. About someone who knows exactly what they're doing and why. Marcus! A man enters the shop, clearly irritated. I need to talk to you about that invoice. Excuse me, Marcus says to me, going to attend. I wander to where Thomas is, now on his computer working on something that looks complicated. What are you doing? Online college. Mechanical engineering. Third year. He doesn't look away from the screen. Marcus pays. Said education is the only thing no one can take from you. He seems ... He seems like a good brother. The best. Thomas finally looks at me. That disconcerting direct gaze. He gave up everything for me. MIT, job at Tesla, marriage to Jennifer. Marriage? His fiancée. Said she couldn't take care of an autistic child. Gave ultimatum. Her or me. He chose me. Returns to computer. That's why I need to be extraordinary. To be worth the sacrifice. My heart squeezes. Tom, you're already extraordinary. Not enough. Not yet. But I will be. I watch Marcus across the shop. He's negotiating with the supplier, calm but firm. I see him pull up a spreadsheet, show numbers, explain something. The irritated man becomes less irritated, then impressed, then shaking Marcus's hand with respect. He's good at that, I comment. Marcus understands people and machines, Thomas says. Knows how both work. Could be running big company but chose to stay here. Why? Already told you. For me, I need routine. Need same place, same people, same structure. Change ... He searches for words. Breaks me a little. Marcus returns, looking tired but satisfied. Sorry about that. Supplier trying to raise prices. Managed to negotiate. I saw. It was impressive. He shrugs. It's math. Costs, margins, value. Everything's a number in the end. You could be on Wall Street with that skill. And do what? Move virtual money from one side to another? Create nothing, build nothing? He shakes his head. I prefer to get my hands dirty and sleep in peace. Marcus builds real things. Thomas adds without looking up. Last Thursday, he fixed Mrs. Chen's car for free because her husband has cancer and they have no money. Yesterday, taught Miguel's son to change oil so he can help his father. This morning, woke at 5 to finish the paramedic's car because they need it for work. Tom, she doesn't need to know all that. She does. She thinks she's useless because she doesn't work. Needs to see that real work isn't about money. It's about impact. The silence that follows is heavy with truth. I look at these two brothers, in their modest shop, with their lives limited by circumstance but unlimited in purpose. You make me feel ashamed, I admit. Why? Marcus seems genuinely confused. Because I had every opportunity, every education, every resource, every privilege. And what did I do with it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing of value. You created beauty, Marcus says simply. You just didn't have a chance to share it. Beauty without purpose is decoration. I respond, bitter. Then give it purpose. He goes to the wall, picks up one of the designs that apparently Thomas printed and hung. This wheelchair you helped design? Tom already sent it to 3 manufacturers. 2 showed interest. I'm speechless. What? Your design makes adaptation beautiful, Thomas says. People with disabilities deserve beauty too. You gave them that. But it was just a drawing, an idea. All great changes start with just an idea. Marcus interrupts. The question is, will you keep creating ideas or go back to your cage? My phone rings. Chad, 10th time today. I show them the screen. Boyfriend, I explain. Answer, Marcus says. Not for him, for you, to remember the difference. I answer, putting it on speaker without thinking. Where the hell are you? Chad yells, the spa said you never arrived. I'm taking care of some things. What things? You don't have things. You have commitments. Dinner with my parents is tonight. Did you forget? Chad, don't embarrass me again, Victoria. It was humiliating enough you running out of Nobu. I need you here, smiling, beautiful, and silent. Understood? I look at Marcus and Thomas. Marcus has clenched fists. Thomas is rocking slightly. Sign of discomfort. Understood, I say into the phone. Good. 7 o'clock. Wear the red Valentino. He hangs up. The silence in the shop is deafening. That, Thomas says finally, is not love. I know. Then why? Marcus asks, voice controlled but tense, because it's what's expected. Heiress marries heir. Fortunes unite. Dynasty continues. And what do you want? No one ever asked me that. In 26 years, no one ever asked what I want. I want to create. I want my work to matter. I want to wake up with purpose and sleep in peace. I want ... I look at them, these two brothers who chose love over ambition. I want to choose. For the first time in my life, I want to choose. Then choose, Marcus says simply. It's not that easy. Never is. But it's simple. You choose what you value more, comfort or authenticity. Thomas stands, comes to me, stops 3 feet away as always. Victoria, statistically, people who live authentic lives report 73% more satisfaction than people who live for external expectations. They also live on average 7.5 years longer. Where did you get those statistics? I made them up. But it sounds right, doesn't it? Despite everything, I laugh. Really laugh. The kind that makes your stomach hurt. You two are impossible. We're family, Marcus corrects. Real family is impossible. That's what it's for. I look at them. These strangers who became more real to me in 3 days than people I've known for decades. Can I come back tomorrow? With more designs? You can come back whenever you want, Marcus says. There's always work for hands that want to build. When I leave the shop, the sun is setting over Los Angeles. In a few hours, I'll be at a suffocating dinner, pretending to be something I'm not. But tomorrow I'll come back here. Because for the first time in 26 years, I found a place where I'm not Victoria Ashford, the heiress. I'm just Victoria, the one who creates. And that, I discover as the Uber takes me back to my golden cage, is worth more than any inheritance in the world. Chapter 4. 2 worlds, 2 truths, 3 weeks. That's how long it takes for a double life to become unsustainable. 3 weeks pretending to Chad that I'm in post-trauma therapy every afternoon. 3 weeks escaping to South Central, to a shop that smells of grease and possibility. 3 weeks discovering who I am when no one's telling me who to be. Today I arrive early, find only Thomas in the shop, organizing tools in a system that only makes sense to him. Marcus went to get Mom from the hospital. He informs without looking at me. Monthly checkup. Type 2 diabetes controlled but requires monitoring. You have a mother? It never occurred to me to ask about other family members. Not biologically, Mrs. Elena. She raised us after our parents died. Lives 3 houses from here. He finally looks at me, that disconcerting direct gaze. Family isn't just blood. It's who chooses to stay when everyone leaves. I sit next to him, pick up some tools to help organize. I learned that Thomas likes when I participate in his routines without trying to change them. Tom, can I ask something personal? Statistically, when people ask if they can ask something personal, they ask regardless of the answer. So yes. I smile. His literal logic has become comforting. Marcus gave up a lot for you. How do you deal with that? He stops organizing, becomes unusually quiet. When he speaks, it's slow, choosing words. At first I wanted to die. Literally. Tried twice. Marcus found me both times. My heart stops, but he continues calmly. I thought I was ruining his life. He said something I never forgot. Tom, you're not a weight I carry. You're the reason I'm strong. Tears burn my eyes. So now, he continues, returning to organize, I try to be extraordinary. Not to compensate, but to honor his choice. Important difference. You two teach me so much. You teach too. Teach that privilege without purpose is prison. Important for Marcus to see. Sometimes he thinks he would have been better off if he'd gone to MIT. Do you think he would have? No, there he'd be just another brilliant engineer. Here he's Marcus. Unique. Necessary. Loved. The door opens. Marcus enters supporting a small Latina woman. Gray hair pulled in a bun. Eyes that evaluate everything. This must be the rich girl who's making my boy confused, she says in Spanish, assuming I don't understand. Mama Elena, Marcus warns. Pleased to meet you, ma'am. I respond in perfect Spanish. And sorry for the confusion. She laughs, surprised and approving. Look at that! The princess speaks our language? My nanny was Mexican. She raised me more than my mother. Then you understand about chosen family. She approaches, touches my face with gentle hands. I see sadness in you, Mia. Sadness of a caged bird. Mama. Marcus tries to intervene. Shut up. Let the women talk. She sits, pulls me to sit with her. Tell old Elena, what's an Ashford doing in my boy's shop? The truth comes out before I can stop it. Everything. The family that ignores me. The wasted talent, the fiancé who sees me as decoration. The feeling of suffocating in silk. Elena listens, holding my hand. When I finish, I'm crying. Hey girl, she sighs. You know what your problem is? What? You never learn the difference between price and value. Your family knows the price of everything, but the value of nothing. My boys. She looks at Marcus and Thomas with fierce love. They know value. That's why they're truly rich. I wanted to be like you. Then be. No one chained you to that life except yourself. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. Difficult, but simple. She stands, kisses my forehead. You come to dinner Sunday. I'll make mole. And bring your drawings. Thomas showed me. You have God's gift in your hands. She leaves, leaving everyone in silence. Sorry, Marcus begins. She's intense. She's perfect. I wipe the tears. You all are. My phone rings. Message from Chad. Paramount event tonight. Don't be late. Marcus sees my expression change. Are you going? I have to go. It's single quotes s. Complicated. No, it's not. Thomas interrupts. You go because you choose to go. Every action is a choice. My family would cut. Your money. Not you. Thomas returns to his tools. You're afraid of being poor, but look around. We're poor. Do we look unhappy? I look. Marcus smiling at something on his phone. Thomas humming softly while organizing. The shop full of projects that help people. Photos on the wall of happy clients, adapted cars, changed lives. You look fulfilled. Because we built our life, Marcus says. Brick by brick, choice by choice. You're still living the life you inherited. I spend the rest of the afternoon working on new designs. Marcus teaches me about materials, costs, viability. Thomas calculates angles and proportions. At 5, I need to go. The Maserati is almost ready, Marcus informs. A few more days. I'm not in a hurry, I admit. It gives me an excuse to come back. You don't need an excuse. Our eyes meet. There's something there, something we can't name, shouldn't explore. I'm engaged, even if to the wrong man. He's too honorable to cross that line. See you tomorrow, I say. Victoria, he calls when I'm at the door. You deserve to be chosen for who you are, not for what you inherit. I carry those words with me to the event. While Chad exhibits me like a trophy, while I smile for cameras, while I pretend to be the empty heiress everyone expects, Marcus's words echo. I deserve to be chosen. But first, I need to choose myself. Chapter 5, Worlds Collide. The Paramount event is exactly like all the others. Champagne that costs more than salaries, conversations that say nothing, smiles that hide ambitions. I wear the dress Chad chose, blood red, too tight to breathe deeply, too perfect to be real. Stop touching your hair, Chad hisses in my ear. You look nervous. I am nervous. Because I know I'm a fraud. Not the heiress I pretend to be, but the person I discovered I can be in a shop in South Central. I'm going to get some air, say, 5 minutes. The Weinsteins want to meet us. I go out to the terrace. Los Angeles shining below like broken promises. That's when I see the Bentley arriving. It wouldn't be anything special. Bentleys are common here. Except I recognize the driver, Marcus. My heart stops, then races. He's in a simple suit, clearly uncomfortable, handing the keys to someone. Must be a special delivery. Some VIP client who needed the car for today. Our eyes meet across the terrace. For a moment, the world stops. Then Chad appears at my side. What are you looking at? He follows my gaze, sees Marcus. Oh, the valet. At least they're hiring diversity now. He's not a valet, I say before thinking. Chad looks at me, suspicious. How do you know? He looks too well dressed for a valet. Chad observes Marcus more carefully. I see the exact moment he recognizes it. Not Marcus specifically, but the name on the shop van parked further ahead. Davis Auto Works. Son of a bitch, he murmurs. Then louder. Son of a bitch. Chad. He's already going down the stairs, heading straight for Marcus. I run after, impossibly high heels making it difficult. So it's you! Chad arrives at Marcus like a hurricane. The fucking mechanic who's screwing my fiancé. Marcus stands still, calm. I believe there's a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I know she's been going to your shitty shop in South Central. I thought she was doing charity, but now I understand. Chad laughs, ugly, giving it up to the mechanic. Victoria Ashford spreading her legs for barrio trash. Chad! My voice comes out strangled. Watch your words, Marcus says, voice low and dangerous. Or what? You'll hit me. Prove you're the animal you look like. Chad takes out his wallet, throws $100 bills in Marcus's face. How much? How much for you to disappear? 10,000? 20? Everyone has a price. Marcus doesn't move as the money falls at his feet. Looks at Chad, then at me, and then says the words that change everything. I'm not interested in her money. Or yours. I'm interested in the artist she is when she's not pretending to be empty to please people like you. Artist? Chad laughs more. She's not an artist. It's a pathetic hobby of a bored girl. You're wrong. Tomas's voice cuts the air. He appears out of nowhere, as he always does. Victoria is extraordinary, creates functional beauty. Her designs have already helped 3 people with disabilities. What have you created besides pain? Chad looks at Tomas, notices the mannerisms, the subtle rocking, the headphones. Great, the retard too. What happens next is fast. Marcus moves, not to hit, but to hold Tomas, who lunged forward. I move too, putting myself between Chad and the brothers. Enough, I say, voice I don't recognize. Chad, leave. You're choosing them? Disbelief in his voice. This trash? I'm choosing not to be your decoration anymore. He grabs my arm, too hard. We'll leave a mark. You're my fiancée. You'll do what I... Take your hand off her. Marcus's voice is pure steel. Now. Chad squeezes harder. Or what, Jose? Will you deport me? No. A new voice enters. I turn, see my father standing there. When did he arrive? How much did he hear? But I can end your family in one phone call. Let go of my daughter. Chad lets go, backs away. Mr. Ashford, your daughter is getting involved with. I know exactly who my daughter is getting involved with. My father looks at Marcus, evaluating. You're the shop owner? Yes, sir. The one fixing her Maserati? Still fixing. Hard to find parts. My father turns to Chad. Disappear. If you come near Victoria again, I'll buy your father's companies just to bankrupt them. Chad goes white, leaves without saying anything. We stand there, me, Marcus, Tomas, and my father. The silence is deafening. You, my father points to Tomas, are the one who hacked our system to find out about Victoria's designs? Tomas becomes rigid. I may be. Technically, it's not hacking if the security is inadequate. Tom! Marcus reprimands. But my father ... laughs? Impressive. My IT department didn't notice. Because they're incompetent, Tomas says simply. I can fix your vulnerabilities for a consultancy fee of 15,000. Tomas! Marcus wants to die. Done, my father says, surprising everyone. Victoria, in the car. We need to talk. Dad, now. I look at Marcus, apologizing with my eyes. He nods, understanding. Takes care of Tomas, who's clearly overwhelmed by the confrontation. In my father's Rolls-Royce, the silence lasts exactly 3 blocks. How long? 3 weeks. Are you in love with him? The question catches me off guard. I don't know. Maybe. But it's not about that. Then what is it about? About who I am with them. I'm not decoration. I'm useful. My designs matter. I matter. You always mattered. Not to you. I explode. To you, I was always the pretty one. James is the brain, Patricia is the social one, I'm nothing. Just appearance. He's quiet a long time. Your grandfather was a carpenter. Did you know that? Shocked, I shake my head. Italian immigrant. Built furniture his whole life. I grew up ashamed. I swore my children would never have to work with their hands. He looks at me. Maybe ... maybe I went too far in the other direction. Dad ... I saw your designs. The boy, Tomas, sent them to me. They're extraordinary. I can't speak. Too many tears. If you want to work, work, but you don't need to run to South Central. I can arrange a studio. No, my voice is firm. If I'm going to do this, I do it my way, without the Ashford name opening doors. He sighs. Your mother is going to have an attack. She survive. And the mechanic? Marcus is... He's good, Dad. Honest, works hard, takes care of family. I saw that. The way he protected his brother. Pause. Chad would have sold his own mother for profit. That's why I was with him. That's why we wanted you with him. But double quotes, he stops the car in front of the shop. Still, maybe we're wrong about many things. I get out of the car, confused. Marcus and Thomas are still there. Thomas now calmer, organizing the bills Chad threw in piles by value. Mr. Davis, my father calls through the window. Marcus approaches cautiously. Take care of her. She's the only one worth anything in that family. Sir, and Thomas. My father calls. Monday 9 a.m. at my office. Bring your security proposal. And your brother. He leaves, leaving everyone speechless. What just happened? Marcus asks. I think ... I take a deep breath. I think my father just approved you. We? Marcus seems lost. We're not... I know. I approach him. But maybe ... maybe we can figure out what we are. Without Chad, without lies. Victoria, you're a billionaire. I'm a mechanic who can barely pay for my brother's college. No, Thomas interrupts. She's an artist. You're a builder. Compatible. The simplicity of his logic makes us smile. Sunday, I say. Dinner at Elena's. Can we start over? Honestly this time? Marcus looks at me for a long time. Are you sure? Your life is going to get much more complicated. No, it's going to get more real. He smiles. That smile he saves for true moments. Sunday then. I go home that night and break up with Chad by text. He responds with threats, insults, promises to ruin my reputation. I block and delete. For the first time in 26 years, I go to sleep without the weight of pretending to be something I'm not. Tomorrow I start building something real. Chapter 6. Exposed Truths. Sunday arrives with rare Los Angeles rain. I drive my own car, a used Honda Civic I bought yesterday, to my mother's horror. Ashfords don't drive Honda, she yelled. Ashfords do what makes them happy, I responded. I arrive at Elena's house at 4, as instructed. It's a small but impeccable house. Well-kept garden, white fence that Marcus obviously keeps painted. The smell of mold hits me before I ring the doorbell. Come in, Elena shouts from inside. It's open. The house is what I expected and more. Every surface has photos. Marcus and Thomas at various ages. Their parents, Elena with a husband who must have died years ago. It's a lived house, loved, the opposite of the museum that is the Ashford mansion. I find everyone in the kitchen. Elena cooking, Thomas sitting at the table with laptop, calculating something. Marcus ... Marcus is wearing an apron, helping Elena. And it's the most domestic and adorable thing I've ever seen. Victoria! Elena hugs me like we're old friends. You lost weight since Thursday. You're not eating? Sit. Eat. She pushes me to a chair, puts a plate in front of me. Marcus, serve the girl. Thomas, show her what you discovered. I discovered Victoria has 3 patents registered under a fake name, Thomas says without preamble. Industrial designs from 2019. Why did you hide them? I blush. How did you? He snoops the internet when he's bored, Marcus explains. Serving mole. Thomas' privacy, remember? But it's relevant. She's afraid of being brilliant, like you with MIT. Tom, it's true. Thomas closes laptop, looks at me directly. You both hide intelligence like it's a crime. Why? Because, I say slowly, when you're too brilliant, people expect things. And when you fail ... Everyone fails. Elena interrupts. Difference is some learn, others run. I didn't run. Didn't you? She sits, faces me. Hid patents, work in secret. Let family think you're empty. Isn't that running? The truth hurts. I was afraid to try and prove they were right. That I'm just a pretty face. Bullshit, Marcus says, first time really participating. I saw your designs. Saw you work. You have something that can't be taught. Vision. Ability to see beauty where others see function. You have that too, I respond. I saw how you fix cars. Don't just fix, improve. Transform. Now kiss, Thomas says. Thomas, Marcus and I shout together. What? Unresolved romantic tension is statistically the biggest cause of problems in narratives. Solve it already. Elena laughs so hard she almost drops the pot. Hey, my boy, you have no filter. Filters are for coffee. Tomas responds seriously. After dinner, best meal in years, not for taste but for company. Elena drags Tomas to watch some show they follow together. Marcus and I stay in the kitchen washing dishes. Sorry about Tomas, he begins. He doesn't understand social boundaries. Don't be sorry. He's refreshingly honest. Pause. But about what he said, ... Victoria. He stops washing, faces me. You just got out of a 3-year relationship. You're rediscovering who you are. Last thing you need is, I kiss him. It's not planned, not thought out. It's just ... necessary. Like breathing. For a moment he's still. Then his soap-wet hands are on my face and he's kissing me back and it's right. Not fireworks or violins. Just a feeling of fitting, like two pieces that always belong together. When we separate, we're both breathless. This complicates everything, he says. Everything was already complicated. We can't. Why not? Because you're you and I'm me and... So what? I step back, frustrated. Marcus, I spent my whole life with someone appropriate. Chad was perfect on paper. Right family, right money, right future. And I was miserable. And I'm better? A mechanic who barely made it out of South Central? You're real, I almost shout. You see who I am, not how much I'm worth. You value me for what I create, not what I inherited. With you in me. He's quiet, processing. And you? I ask. What do you feel? I feel ... He runs his hand through his hair, frustrated. I feel like you're extraordinary, talented, beautiful inside in a way your family never saw. I feel that when you're here, the place gets brighter. That Tom smiles more. That even Elena gets younger. And I'm afraid of not being enough. That you'll wake up one day and realize you traded billions for a dirty shop in South Central. I approach him, take his hands. Calloused, strong, honest. Marcus, what do you think I see when I look at you? I don't know. I see a man who chose love over ambition, who builds instead of destroys, who transforms junk into art and broken lives into hope. I see father to Tomas, son to Elena, leader to your employees. I squeeze his hands. I see the man who showed me that real value has no price. Victoria. I'm not asking for marriage, just ... a chance to build something real. Brick by brick like you said. And your family? My dad already accepted. Mom will throw a fit but gets over it. Siblings ... I shrug. Honestly, I think they'll be relieved I'm finally doing something real. And the world? Media? Your rich friends? They're not friends. They're contacts. Connections. I let go of his hands, step back. But if you don't want, he pulls me back, kisses me with different intensity. When we separate, he's smiling. I want. God help me, I want. Even knowing it's going to be difficult. It's going to be beautiful. Tomas shouts from the living room. Were you listening? Marcus shouts back. Obviously. Elena paused the show at the best moment. Elena appears smiling. Finally! I thought it would take months. You two are impossible, Marcus says, but he's laughing. We're family, Elena responds. And now Victoria is too. I look at them, this unlikely family in a small house in South Central. And for the first time in 26 years, I feel at home. Family, I repeat, liking the sound. Now, Tomas enters the kitchen with paper and pen. We need to discuss business plan. Victoria plus Marcus equals infinite potential. But you need structure. I prepared a proposal. We spend the rest of the night planning. Not romance, but future. Business. How to unite design and mechanics, art and function. Tomas has brilliant ideas. Elena practical wisdom. Marcus technical knowledge, me aesthetic vision. At 11, I need to go. Marcus walks me to the Honda. Are you sure? He asks one last time. I've never been more sure. So tomorrow? Shop? We start building something? Tomorrow. And every day after. He kisses me one last time. Soft, promise more than passion. I drive home feeling different. Not lighter, heavier, actually. Weight of real choice, of consequence, of responsibility. But it's my weight to carry, my choices to live. And that makes all the difference. Chapter 7. Building Together. 6 weeks since the kiss in Elena's kitchen. 6 weeks discovering that real love isn't fireworks. It's Marcus bringing coffee exactly how I like it every morning. It's Thomas saving my drawing materials in his right place, the highest honor he can give. It's Elena sewing extra pockets on my pants because artists need places for pencils. Today's special. The first official product of our collaboration will be delivered. A redesigned wheelchair, uniting Marcus's functionality with my aesthetic. The client, a war veteran named James, arrives in an hour. Nervous? Marcus asks, adjusting the chair for the 10th time. Terrified. Why? It's perfect. Perfect in theory. What if he hates it? What if... Victoria, Thomas interrupts. Statistically impossible to hate. Design follows golden ratio, ergonomics calculated for maximum comfort, colors chosen based on psychology. He'll love it. The door opens. It's not James, it's my mother. The silence in the shop is deadly. She's impeccable as always. Chanel from head to toe, but there's something different. She looks tired. Mom. Victoria. She looks around, absorbing. So this is where you spend your days. Mrs. Ashford. Marcus approaches, extends his hand. Pleasure to meet you. She looks at his hand, dirty with grease despite being clean. And, to my shock, shakes it. Mr. Davis, I've heard a lot about you. She turns to Tomas. And you must be the computer genius who's reformulating our digital security. I'm not a genius, Tomas responds without looking at her. Just competent. Your previous team was incompetent. I expect an explosion. Instead, my mother laughs. Honest. Refreshing. She turns back to me. I came because your father insists I see your work before judging. Since when do you listen to Dad? Since I discovered he was right about Chad. Did you know he's engaged to someone else? Announced yesterday, 3 weeks after you broke up. Good for him. You're not hurt? Relieved. She approaches the wheelchair we built. Examines every detail. Runs fingers over the finish. Tests mechanisms. This is yours, she asks finally. Ours. Marcus engineering. Thomas calculates. I design. It's single quotes double quotes. She stops, searching for word. Extraordinary. Looks like museum piece that's also functional. That's the goal. Thomas says, excited. Victoria says disability shouldn't mean ugliness. Beauty is a human right. My mother looks at me like she's seeing me for the first time. You said that? Yes. My daughter, the philosopher. Is there pride there? How much do you charge? 3,000, Marcus responds. Materials, labor, design. Too cheap. Could charge 10. It's not about maximizing profit, I explain. It's about accessibility. We want real people to be able to afford it. Idealistic, but she smiles when she says it. Like your grandfather. Dad said he was a carpenter. The best. Made furniture that was art. Died poor but loved. She sighs. Your father thought money would protect us from being less. Maybe he overprotected. The door opens again. James enters in a basic hospital wheelchair, wife pushing. Sorry for the delay, he says. Traffic. No problem, Marcus responds. Ready to meet your new partner. We reveal the chair. The silence is long, terrible. Then James starts to cry. It's beautiful. I don't look like a patient. I look like double quotes. He touches the carbon fiber finish with metallic blue details. I look like a person. Thomas starts explaining each feature. Excited. Marcus helps James transfer. I adjust cushions. My mother my mother is taking photos. Mom. Documentation. You'll need it for marketing. She's in business mode. James, can I film your testimonial? The next 2 hours are surreal. My mother, the socialite who never worked, directing an improvised marketing session. James telling his story. How he lost his legs. How he felt less human in a hospital chair. How this changes everything. Beauty matters, he says to camera. Not vanity, dignity. This gives me back dignity. After James leaves, maneuvering the chair like he's dancing, we all stand in silence. You have something special here, my mother says finally. But you need structure, investment, professional marketing. We don't want investors, Marcus says firmly. They change the vision. Not investor, partner. She looks at me. I can help. Not with Ashford money, but with connections, experience. I know how to navigate the world you need to reach. Mom, ... Let me finish. I spent my whole life organizing galas, meeting people, building network. I thought it was frivolous. But I can use it for something real. She takes my hand. Let me help. Let me be useful too. I look at Marcus. He looks at Tomas, who's calculating something in his head. Would you accept working for equity instead of salary? Thomas asks. 15% appropriate for coup? Coup? My mother blinks. Chief Operating Officer. Marcus CEO of Operations. Victoria Creative Director, me CTO of Development, you coup of Strategy. You're offering me a job? We're offering purpose, Marcus corrects gently. My mother cries. First time in 26 years, I see my mother cry for real. Yes, she whispers. Yes, family, Elena says, entering with lunch. I always thought real family appears when you least expect it. You must be Elena, my mother composes herself. Victoria talks a lot about you. And you're the mother who's learning to see her daughter. Welcome. The two women evaluate each other. Then Elena hugs my mother, who melts. Now eat, Elena commands. Important work needs good food. While we have lunch, simple sandwiches that taste like celebration, my phone rings. Unknown number. Hello, Miss Ashford? This is from Tesla. We saw the wheelchair video. We'd like to discuss a partnership. I freeze. Look at everyone around the table. My chosen, built, real family. We can schedule a meeting, I say. But it'll need to be here, at our shop. Of course. Tomorrow 2 p.m. Perfect. I hang up. Everyone looks at me. Tesla, I say simply. Thomas calculates quickly. If we get a contract with them, project's revenue of... Doesn't matter. Marcus interrupts. What matters is they recognize value. He takes my hand. Your value. Our value. I correct. Our. He agrees. My mother discreetly wipes tears. I'll call some media contacts. This needs proper coverage. Nothing with Ashford, I warn. Of course not. You're Davis Santos Designs now. Santos? Marcus questions. Name Victoria used when she first lied. Thomas informs. Poetically appropriate. Davis Santos, I try it out. I like it. Me too. Marcus squeezes my hand. The rest of the day is a blur of activity. Mom on phone non-stop. Thomas creating presentation. Marcus and I refining designs. Elena feeding everyone. At 10 at night, exhausted but energized, Marcus and I are alone in the shop. Is this really happening? I ask. Seems like it. Scared? Terrified. He pulls me into his arms. But it's the good kind of fear. Fear of something big, important. Marcus. If this works out, a lot will change. Already changed. He kisses my forehead. You changed everything. We changed. We stand there, embraced in the shop that smells of grease and possibility, dreaming of a future we build together. It's not a fairy tale. It's better. It's real. Chapter 8. The Price of Authenticity. The Tesla meeting goes perfectly. They want our aesthetic for their accessibility line in their cars. Consultancy contract, 6 months, an amount that makes Thomas need to sit and breathe into a paper bag. It's more money than the shop makes in 2 years, Marcus whispers, looking at the contract. It's just the beginning, my mother says, already on the phone with the family lawyer. The only decent Ashford, she says. But every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's physics applies to families too. 3 days after the Tesla announcement, my father calls me to the office. Not alone, Marcus too. Sit down, he says. Tone I know well. Problem. What happened? I ask. Chad Richardson is spreading rumors. About you being pregnant with Mr. Davis. About drugs. About the shop being a front for money laundering. That's ridiculous, Marcus explodes. Yes, but mud sticks, as they say. 3 investors have already called questioning our family stability. And? I keep my voice calm, but inside I'm boiling. And your mother and I decided. My heart sinks. Here comes the ultimatum. We decided, he continues, to invest personally in Davis Santos Designs. Not as Ashford Entertainment, but as individuals. My jaw drops. What? Your mother is right. You have something special. And more. He looks at Marcus directly. You take care of my daughter in a way Chad never did. Worth more than any corporate merger. Marcus is speechless. So am I. But, there's always a but. I need you to understand. When this goes public, there will be backlash. Media, society, everyone will have an opinion. Are you prepared? Mr. Ashford, Marcus speaks firm. I grew up in South Central. I know what it's like to be judged, underestimated, discarded. But I also know who I am, and I know I love your daughter. First time he says it. Love, out loud. To my father. You love her? Yes, not for the name or money. I love the woman who draws until 3 in the morning because she had an idea. Who learns patience with Tomas. Who eats street tacos without complaining. Who choose to build instead of inherit. My father looks at me. And you? I love him. I love Tomas. I love Elena. I love the life we're building. I take Marcus's hand. And if that means losing the Ashford inheritance, so be it. My father laughs. Really laughs. Lose? Victoria, you're creating something worth more than everything I built. You're creating with purpose. He stands, extends hand to Marcus. Welcome to the family, son. The real family. We leave the office in a daze. In the elevator, Marcus kisses me with passion that takes my breath away. Told your father I love you, he whispers. Because it's true. I love you too. I know. Confident. Self-assured. He smiles. Tomas calculated. Probability of reciprocal love was 97.3%. I laugh. He calculated our love? Calculates everything. Said the variables were obvious. We arrive at the shop to find chaos. Reporters, cameras, microphones shoved in our faces. Miss Ashford! Is it true you're pregnant? Mr. Davis. Are you with her for the money? How did the family react? Marcus protects me with his body, guides me inside. Tomas is already there, clearly overwhelmed by the noise, wearing noise-canceling headphones. Media found out. He informs unnecessarily. Probability of peace, 0. Elena appears with a broom, threatening reporters. Leave! Private property! I'll call police. Mama Elena, it's okay. Marcus tries to calm her. It's not okay. Tom is stressed. You're being attacked. Nothing okay. My mother arrives in an armored SUV, exiting like a general at war. All of you! She yells at reporters. One statement, then disappear. I'll sue each one for harassment if you continue. She positions us, Marcus, me, Tomas, still with headphones. Elena, still with broom. Victoria Ashford and Marcus Davis are business and life partners. Davis Santos Designs is a legitimate company with a Tesla contract. Any defamation will be answered legally. Now leave before I call your editors. They back away but don't leave. We'll have to live with this. Inside, Tomas is rocking. Too much stimuli. Marcus goes to him, puts hands on his brother's shoulders. Breathe with me. In ... out ... in ... out. I watch them, these brothers who take care of each other, and I know I made the right choice. I'm going to make a statement, I decide. Victoria, don't, my mother warns. Yes, my story, my words. I go out. Cameras focus. I breathe. My name is Victoria Ashford. Yes, the heiress, but also designer, creator. Someone who discovered that real value doesn't come from what we inherit but from what we build. Marcus Davis showed me that. He and his brother Tomas, who's the most brilliant person I know. We're building something real here. If that offends you, the problem is yours. Are you pregnant? Someone shouts. No. Next question. Do your parents approve? Ask them. Chad Richardson says. Chad Richardson is the past. Marcus Davis is present and future. Now we have real work to do. Excuse me. I enter. Slam the door. Silence inside. That was... Tomas takes off headphones. Statistically perfect. Not too much, not too little. Goldilocks zone of public statements. Marcus hugs me. You were amazing. Now we're screwed, Elena says pragmatically. They'll bother more. Let them bother, my mother says. The more noise, the more publicity. Tesla will love it. My phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Victoria? Jennifer Morrison. Morrison. The name that... My mother was Dr. Rodriguez's patient. She died on his table. I can't breathe. Marcus notices something's wrong. Approaches. I start. I wanted to say thank you for what you're doing. Mom was disabled. Hated the ugly hospital chair. She would have loved what you create. Tears fall. Jennifer, she wouldn't blame the doctor. It was her time. But your work, this honors her. Thank you. She hangs up. I collapse. Marcus holds me. I tell everything between sobs. The patient who died, the doctor who couldn't save. It wasn't you, Marcus says firmly. It was the universe's coincidence. But look, even in this you found purpose. Thomas approaches, awkward but determined. Hugs me quick before backing away. You transform pain into beauty, he says simply. It's rare, valuable. Elena makes tea. Mom cancels commitments. We all stay there in the shop that became home, facing the storm together. At night, when it finally calms down, Marcus and I are alone. Still want this? He asks. It's going to be like this now. Public, difficult. You know what I realized today? What? That I prefer facing storms with you than calm with anyone else. That was cheesy. Tomas is rubbing off on me. We laugh, kiss, and keep building, brick by brick, choice by choice. Together. Chapter 9. Own Empire. 6 months later. The shop is unrecognizable. Not physically. Marcus insisted on keeping the essence. Our beginning, he says. But energetically. What was a quiet space now boils with activity. 3 new employees, all with second chance stories. Design area I've occupied as an office. Thomas has a technology command center on the mezzanine. Today's special. Official launch of the first Davis Santos line. 10 pieces. Chairs, automotive adaptations, aesthetic prosthetics. Each one a union of function and art. Nervous? Marcus asks, adjusting my collar for the 10th time. No, yes, maybe. Very precise, he laughs. Thomas comes down from the mezzanine. 237 confirmations. Media, buyers, influencers. Probability of success, 89.7%. And the other 10.3%? I ask. Meteor, earthquake, Chad showing up. He considers. Scratch that. Chad was arrested for tax fraud yesterday. 89.9%. Chad was arrested? I'm shocked. You didn't see? My mother enters, tablet in hand. TMZ front page. Apparently tax evasion isn't sexy. I feel ... nothing. Not satisfaction, not pity. Nothing. Chad is vapor. Evaporated from my life. Focus, Marcus says. We have a presentation in an hour. The transformation of the shop into showroom is magical. Elena coordinated decoration. Simple, elegant, authentic. Flowers from local vendors. Food from gourmet food trucks. Nothing pretentious, everything real. Guests start arriving. I see familiar faces from the old world, but also new ones. Disability activists, veterans, artists, makers. A mix that would never happen at an Ashford event. Victoria! I turn. Jennifer Morrison is there, the medical daughter. In our wheelchair, the first we made. You came, I whisper. Wouldn't miss it. Look, she spins the chair. I feel powerful, beautiful. My mom would have loved it. I hug her. We cry together, quick but intense. The event begins. Marcus speaks first, uncomfortable but determined. Davis Santos was born from a simple question. Why does adaptation need to be ugly? Why does disability mean losing aesthetic dignity? He looks at me. Victoria taught me that beauty is a right, not a privilege. Thomas calculated how to make it accessible. Together we created this. The curtains open. Our complete line exposed. The silence is terrible. Then someone starts crying. Veteran 2 leg prosthetics. It's art. I would be art. The place explodes. People touching, trying, crying, laughing. Orders start immediately. Tomas on tablet, calculating, processing. Victoria Ashford? I turn. Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour is in our shop. Miss Wintour? The transformation is remarkable. Not the products you. From decorative heiress to ... double quotes, she evaluates me. Real creative force. Vogue wants an exclusive. 6 pages. You, Marcus, the whole story. We're not fashion. No, you're more. Your revolution disguised as design. She hands me a card. Call this week. She leaves, leaving me dizzy. Marcus appears, hugs me from behind. Was that Anna Wintour? I think so. Thomas is freaking out. Good freaking out. We watch Tomas gesticulating wildly at Elena, who laughs and hugs him. Family, Marcus murmurs. The best. My father approaches my sister Patricia with him. I tense. Patricia and I haven't spoken since I chose Marcus. Victoria, she begins, uncomfortable. I was wrong. About everything. You're not decoration. Never were. I was just jealous. Pat, you found purpose. Real love. Family. She looks around. Built an empire from nothing. Me? Still living off Dad. It's still not too late, is it? She looks at Thomas. Is he single? Patricia. What? He's brilliant, honest, handsome in his own way. And autistic, literal, needs routine. Perfect. I hate social games anyway. She goes to Thomas before I can stop her. Let her, my father says. Thomas can take care of himself. We watch Patricia introduce herself. Thomas evaluates her, says something. She laughs, genuinely laughs. My God, she's flirting. And he's reciprocating, Marcus observes. In his way. Statistically improbable but not impossible. Thomas shouts, clearly calculating compatibility. The rest of the night is a blur. Sales exceed Thomas's projections. Partnership proposals. Positive media. At 11, when the last guest leaves, we collapse on the shop's old couch. We did it, Marcus says, incredulous. Beginning, I correct. Now the real work begins. Thomas has projections, Elena says. We can help 1,000 people next year. 5,000 if we scale right. Thomas corrects, coming down with Patricia. Following. Pat, what? Thomas explained economic theory of scale applied to social design. Fascinating. She understands numbers. Thomas informs. And doesn't try to touch me without warning. Acceptable. Marcus and I exchange looks. Universe has a sense of humor. So, my mother says, entering with cheap champagne, the best kind. Toast? We raise plastic cups. To family, Elena begins. To purpose, my father adds. To accessible beauty, Patricia contributes. To defied probability, Thomas says. To love that builds, Marcus says, looking at me. To choosing authenticity, I finish. We toast. Champagne is horrible and perfect. You know, Marcus whispers later, everyone distracted. There's one thing missing. What? He kneels. My heart stops. Takes a metal nut from his pocket. It's not a ring, yet, but it's a promise. To build life together. Officially. Victoria Ashford, will you marry a South Central mechanic? No, I say. He freezes. I'll marry Marcus Davis. Builder, brother, love of my life. That's a yes. Calculatedly yes. He puts the nut on my finger. Perfect in its imperfection. They're engaged, Thomas announces. Probability of successful marriage, 94.7%. Just that? Marcus questions. 5.3% margin for acts of God. Everyone laughs, hugs, celebrates. I look around. Dirty shop that became empire. Broken family that became fortress. Unlikely love that became inevitable. It's not how I planned my life. It's infinitely better. Chapter 10. True Wealth. 1 year later. The Los Angeles sun shines perfect on our wedding day. Not in Beverly Hills or Malibu, but here, in the shop where everything began. Marcus had the idea, where we really met. We transformed the space. Not with expensive decorator, but with love. Elena coordinated Marcus's entire Mexican family. Cousins, uncles, neighbors who became family. Flowers are from local gardens. Food is fusion of everything we are. Gourmet tacos from food truck. Sushi because Tomas insists it's mathematically perfect food. 3-tier cake my mother insisted on ordering from LA's best bakery. Ready? Patricia asks, adjusting my veil. She's my maid of honor. Plot twist no one saw coming, especially after she and Tomas officially started dating 6 months ago. I was born ready. My dress is my creation. Simple in front, but back has intricate embroidery of engine parts in gold thread. Fusion of two worlds. Marcus doesn't know surprise. Statistically, Thomas enters without knocking. Some habits never change. Weddings in significant locations have 34% more chance of lasting. Tom, Patricia gently reprimands. Timing. It's relevant. I also calculated that ... double quotes. He stops, looks at me. You're adequately beautiful for the occasion. It's the biggest compliment Tomas can give. I hug him quick, the way he tolerates. Thank you for agreeing to be Marcus's best man. It's logical. I'm the best man he knows. Literally. Patricia and I laugh. Tomas doesn't understand why, which makes it even funnier. The music starts. Not traditional wedding march, Marcus chose. I discover when I come out. Instrumental version of At Last by Etta James. Perfect. The aisle is between cars we saved, adapted, transformed. Each one represents someone we helped. It's more meaningful than any church. Marcus is at the end, in a suit that's clearly new, but not designer. Ty Thomas chose blue, because matches probability of happiness. Smile that's only mine, my father hands me over. Proud of you, he whispers before letting go. The celebrant is a justice of the peace Elena knows. Simple, direct, real. Did you prepare vows? Marcus goes first. Victoria. You literally knocked on my door. Broken Maserati, broken life, but eyes that still search for beauty. You taught me that building isn't just about creating things, but creating meaning. I promise to keep building with you, brick by brick, choice by choice, every day. I'm crying. Expensive makeup wasted. My turn. Marcus, you saw me when I didn't see myself. Not the heiress, not the money, but the person buried underneath. You gave me space to breathe, create, be. With you, I learned that real wealth isn't deposited in banks. It's counted in moments like this. I promise to choose you, choose us, every day, especially the difficult ones. The rings? Thomas steps forward with box. Inside, not traditional rings. Marcus made both, recycled metal from cars we saved, each unique. With this ring, Marcus says, sliding onto my finger. With this ring, I repeat, putting on his. You may kiss. Marcus doesn't wait. Kisses me like the world is ending and beginning at the same time. Probability realized, Thomas shouts. Everyone laughs, applauds, celebrates. The reception is in the parking lot. Mixed tables, no order of importance. Tesla CEO sitting with Marcus's mechanic cousin. Anna Wintour. Yes, she came. Talking to Elena about recipes. Speech. Someone shouts. Thomas stands first. Marcus is my brother. Statistically, he sacrificed 73% of opportunities for me, but gained 100% of family. Now Victoria's family too. She increases our emotional efficiency by 47%. Good numbers. Dry, literal, perfect. Everyone cries. Elena goes after. When God takes, he also gives. Took their parents, gave me 2 sons. Now 3. Victoria Mia, you brought color to life that was getting gray. Marcus smiles more. Thomas socializes more. I cook more. Thank you. My mother, surprisingly emotional. I thought I knew what success was. Victoria taught me I was wrong. Success is this. People who choose to love each other despite differences. Proud to call Marcus son-in-law. My father, brief but intense. Marcus, you gave my daughter something all our money couldn't buy. Purpose, take care of her. With my life, Marcus responds. We dance first dance. Not elegant waltz, impossible in the shop. Simple swaying to stand by me. Marcus sings softly in my ear. Off key. It's perfect. Regret it? He asks. What? Trading mansions for shop. I look around. Thomas dancing awkwardly with Patricia, her laughing with genuine affection. Elena teaching salsa steps to my mother. My father seriously talking to new employee about investment. Our clients, no friends now, celebrating with us. Marcus, I didn't trade anything. I gained everything. Mrs. Davis. Mrs. Davis Santos. I correct. Our beginning, remember? Our beginning. He agrees. The cake is cut. Thomas insists on geometrically equal pieces. Bouquet is thrown. Elena catches. Everyone dies laughing. Music plays late. Mix of mariachi, pop, jazz. Soundtrack of Unlikely Family. Midnight, time to go. Honeymoon isn't Bora Bora or Paris. It's a road trip along Route 66 in a van we adapted together. I want to see real America with you, Marcus said. Perfect. Before leaving, I look at the shop one last time. There's a new sign we installed yesterday. Davis Santos designs where broken becomes beautiful, founded in love. Ready, Mrs. Davis Santos? Marcus asks. For everything. We drive into the night, Los Angeles disappearing behind. On the radio, Etta James sings At Last, and I think about everything that brought me here. Flat tire that saved my life. Family that let me go to find myself. Brother who sees beyond surfaces. Woman who called me daughter when I needed it most. And man by my side who chose love over ambition, family over fortune, building over inheriting. What are you thinking about? Marcus asks. About wealth. Ironically? No, genuinely. Tomas is right about probabilities. Statistically, we shouldn't have worked. But the best things in life are statistical anomalies, he completes. Exactly. We drive in comfortable silence. Tomorrow, we start new adventure. Next year, Davis Santos opens second location. Tomas projects reaching 10,000 people in 5 years. Patricia wants to make documentary about us. Elena insists on recipe memoir book. But today, now it's just us. Mechanic and heiress who discovered that real love has no price. It has value. And value, I learned, is built day after day, choice after choice, with people who really see you. I look at the ring made of recycled metal, imperfect, unique, like us. Like our life. It's not a fairy tale, it's better. It's ours.